Hello, my audience. I'm reviewing. My mouse is dry. I got pauses. Hello. Oh, and I take a sip of water. I'm reviewing Batman Begins and The Dark Knight from 2008. And the 2012 first one, Batman Begins. I give them both a solid 8 out of 10. Because I'm just going to say it, not that Christian Bale's performance was terrible, but I thought his performance wasn't terrible but mediocre. His portrayal on Batman and Bruce Wayne. Heath Ledger was fine as the Joker in the third sequel. The Dark Knight, for what he was giving him, he's not in it a whole lot. He was good for what he got, but he's very little in the movie, so I think that's a bit of a downside of the movie. And Harvey Dent I could deal without becoming Two-Face. If they just killed both of them off, that would have been better for the story. Rachel and Harvey to get in the die in both explosions, and Banfield to save both of them. That would have been better a story and drama and final outcome, and it would have made the film not dragged on a bit when he it did when he did became Two-Face. It dragged on after Joker gets arrested. Then he has to take down Harvey who's Two-Face. Now he doesn't get the name or the split personality. So why did he call him Two-Face? Who cares? So why call him Two-Face? Because he has the burnt mark like the Two-Face design. No, he doesn't take on the name or has a split personality. But he goes on a killing spree because he wants revenge for his girlfriend's death. Except on the Joker. But it's one of the people that let the Joker free and gave him the idea, blah, blah, blah. But he's not going to kill the actual Joker. Sure, why not? It makes sense. Well, it's all the writing is this shit in the film. Okay. So, that was stupid. And becoming, not killing him off was stupid. And leaving him as a burnt, disfigured, cartoon-looking character from the comics was a bad idea. Just raised too many questions. Like, how is he able to talk, or shit, or hold in his bowels? Don't know. We know he can't drink like he used to because the alcohol goes right through his neck. When he drinks the alcohol, it goes right through his neck. We see it go through alcohol. So, what does that mean? What's the rest of his body problems? We don't know. Never shown. Once Harvey Dent gets burned alive, it just brings all kinds of stupid writing and logic fiction in the movie at once. That's more of after the halfway point comes and goes, or at the halfway point, it's just this stupid. Um, I give this an 8 out of 10. The Dark Knight. And I give Batman Begins an 8 out of 10. Now I'm going to talk about the problems I have with Batman Begins. The things all the bullshit and pros and cons. Well, that was kind of stupid. Scarecrow just got defeated easily. And was if Batman was by Rachel. And stupid how he stupid. The twist being Liam Neeson being the planned mastermind behind everything in the parents' death was stupid. Everything was out stupid. Batman not killing Falcone when he thought Falcone is responsible, but he kills and lets Race die, and not saving him, choosing to bring him into prison and having him answer for his crimes and taken prison. We don't see that Batman we do that. We see Batman like listen killed. So I thought it was stupid. Instead of letting him rot in prison without calling me. I thought it was stupid. This didn't make any sense. It seems just for shock value. This didn't make a whole lot of sense. This seemed kind of random and out and over, like if it benefited or benefited the story in any way. What's this movie trying to tell us about Batman? I don't know. Other than Batman's cool, I guess, and he fights. This is a stupid version of Batman. Very generic. Portrayal in Batman, he feels like a villain. That's why I give Batman Begins an 8 out of 10. That's my thoughts on Christian Bale's Batman, how he's written and performed by a mediocre actor who's usually a good actor. Usually, except when he's playing Batman, apparently. I guess he did this for a paycheck. And just didn't care to give a good performance, you know? That's my personal guess. That's why I give Batman Begins and The Dark Knight an 8 out of 10 for a mediocre score from a mediocre performance with a mediocre script with spectacles thrown at you constantly. This was a fun, dumb movies. These were mediocre, fun, dumb movies like Age of Ultron or the Avengers script released to theaters for the final draft movie. This was fine. And the sequel's fine. It's all okay. But nothing special to me. So, that's why I give Batman Begins a 8 out of 10. And Dark Knight a 8 out of 10. That's my review on Dark Knight and Batman Begins, too, in one video. Goodbye, subscribe, like this video, please. Support my channel by subscribing and liking this video. Please, do that. And thank you for watching my review on Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, why I give them a 8 out of 10 both movies. Get a 8 out of 10 from me to you guys, the audience, I give. And I don't recommend these movies. I say can't prevent you to watch them. But I just don't recommend them. I mean, I kind of like them, but kind of hate them at the same time. The whole trilogy of Batman Begins is what we call a guilty pleasure in my eye. For me. The Dark Knight trilogy is one hell of a guilty pleasure run that I hate and love at the same time. And I struggle to say good things about it. Because I'm painfully familiar with the whole shit of problems it has. Each one. Why they get an 8 out of 10 for me. So, that's my review on The Dark Knight Rises. I made a video on in my last video. And also the video on Spider-Man. And check out my last video of The Dark Knight Rises and Spider-Man 3. That one for the same video. Is the last video. Last video was my review on Spider-Man 3 and The Dark Knight Rises 2012 movie, the third installment in the Nolan trilogy. Check out my review on the third installment of my last video. Anyway, so I give Dark Knight and Dark Knight 1, Batman Begins a 8 out of 10 for those reasons. Bye.